What's going on, gamers? This is your boy Launchpad1412. Excited to be back with some NCAA football demo gameplay. I got the Ohio State Buckeyes going against the Michigan Wolverines. I've played with 3 teams already. This is the 4th team I played with out of 6. I'm going to play with every team. I done played about 6 or 7 games of the demo, and I already told you guys I love it. Of course, there's a couple things I hope they critique before the actual game comes out, because you know the demo is never really as good as the actual game. So can't wait for the game to come on. Not too long for you. I think it's a couple weeks, maybe not even that. Maybe a week and a half. But at any rate, I'm gonna tell you guys a story today, a little short story, and after the story, I'm gonna critique the demo a little bit. If I have time, I'm gonna critique the demo and actually give it a rating from 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, of course. But yeah, keep in mind the Ohio State Buckeyes. Keep that in mind. Letting you guys know that I'm trying to play with every team. That's why I just said that again. But to the story. This is kind of a college football story, but kind of not a college football story. I was in this league. I was 18, 19 years old. I was in this league going against these college kids. And I had a couple college kids on my team, but not like 1 or 2. But most of it was just kids from the hood, to be honest. The kids from the hood that could play football that was good. You know, we was kind of on the same level. Of course, some of their tactics were different. And it was a flag football league. But they still had you know, we had wide receivers, of course, quarterback, running back, offensive line, defensive lineman, middle linebacker, all that. Yeah, 11 on 11. So it's this game, right? It's a real gritty game, real gritty, grimy game. And the score is 0-0 through the first quarter, second quarter, and third. I'm the main wide receiver. I was a wide receiver and safety. I was the main wide receiver. And I only had like 4 catches the whole game. I think I had 4 catches for maybe about 40 yards. Like, I really didn't have a good game. It wasn't one of my best games. I think it was like the game that we had to win to get to the playoffs. You know, it was kind of a serious league. I mean, not kind of, but it was pretty serious. You know, people were very competitive. The flag football, sometimes people got tackled. You know, it was what it was, and you know, it was a very competitive game. I remember it was raining. You know, I don't remember if it was thunderstorm. I remember the rain kept coming down on my helmet, and you know, it was hard for me to see. And it was muddy. It was just awful. You know, the weather was without question awful. It was just, you know, you almost didn't want to play. It was football weather, but it was just, sometimes it was just hard to step into the ground. So anyway, it's 4th quarter, and they have the ball. They're driving down the field, and they're getting ready to score. And I'm looking at my teammates' faces, and their heads is going down. Looking at the sideline, and it's looking scars, you know, and it's been a tough game. You know, you want to win, and we knew if we won, we were going to the playoffs. And you know, we wanted to win. And I can remember I think they was on the 9-yard line. I think it was like 3rd and like goal, I believe it was. A 3rd and I can't quite remember, but at any rate, the quarterback decided to drop back, and they had ran this one play where the guy does a slant. You know, there's a slant right, this simple slant right in the middle. So I actually don't see that coming, because there's a slant. And then there's another guy slanting on top of that slant. So I'm not sure which one to go to. So I decided to go to the guy that was you know, getting ready to go to. I kind of baited the quarterback a little bit. I decided I was a safety. I went to the middle. I wasn't even supposed to be in the middle right there. I wasn't even supposed to be there. But I went to the middle because I was going to go to the guy like he was great score. It was 3rd down. But you know, of course they could have kicked the field goal and just won the game. But it was 3rd down, so I went to him. But as soon as he was getting ready to throw it, he did this thing with his eyes, now kind of like with his head a little bit. And he looked at the guy I was going to throw it to, but then he looked down, and I guess he just didn't get the ball there in time. And I went and I picked it up. I remember it was like probably the greatest play I had did that season. And you know, I picked it up. I tried to run, but of course the mud was just a little sticky. But for some reason I couldn't feel the mud in that play. But I ended up getting that pick, which is a great pick. But the very next play, it was like a minute left. The very next, I think it was seconds. Matter of fact, it was seconds, because this was actually the lineup for the final play. My boy, my actual best friend, one of my best friends, he gets the ball, hikes the ball off, drops back, and now I'm trying to get open, and I can't get open. You know, it's like 40 yards. I think we got 40 yards to go. And I'm running to the end zone and everything, and I can't. I'm trying everything in my power to get open, and I just can't get open. You know, it's just not working out. You know, because these guys are all over the place. These guys were good. You know, these guys were not. They were not just good. They were just bigger than us too. So it was just crazy. I fall to the ground. I don't know how, but I just slipped, and I look up, my boy is running down the sideline like like he's running from a dog or something. Like he's getting chased by a Doberman pitcher. He's running down the sideline, no one near him. I'm like, what the heck? And they say the referee puts his hand up for touchdown, and I almost fainted. It was just one of those games where I had almost fainted. Oh my goodness. Whew. And that was the story. I wanted to tell you that story, and we ended up winning the game. It was crazy. I was just thinking about that story as I was editing this, and I just wanted to tell it to you. I hope you guys like that story. It was crazy. So we ended up beating them 6-0. It was crazy. We actually ended up missing the field goal. Yeah, we ended up beating them 6-0. But real quick, I guess I got a minute a little bit. I'm not actually going to give it a rating. I probably will do that next time, because this game is actually going to come to a close. I'm not actually going to give it a rating, but I will say that I'm gonna say that for next time. I'm gonna say some things that I don't like, say some things that I do like. Critique it a little bit and come up with a rating. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. That a very real story. I'll never forget it because it was just so muddy outside. So much rain. It was just it was ridiculous. It was just the weather wasn't in our favor, but definitely football weather nonetheless. I don't know if I will ever want to play in weather like that again, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the story, man. You guys are the best subscribers in the world. Please hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the content and the gameplay, and if you're ready for NCAA 14-12, and I'm out.